Hello everyone, Chad here with another kinetics at home or travel workout. We'll go through our prep, sweat, and breathe portions today, so let's get started. We have 3 to 4 sets. Again, keep in mind, sets and rep ranges are left with some variation in there depending on how much time you have and your level of fitness. You can always look to add some tension through bands or dumbbells or kettlebells if you have access to that equipment, and we'll talk about where and when you can do that. So our prep portion, 3 to 4 sets. The first thing is 1 minute of a stationary skip. So just like it sounds, we're gonna skip in one spot. All right, I encourage you, if you can, if you have a little bit of space to maneuver, play around with skipping forward, skipping backward, skipping to the side, okay? Mess around with a little bit of agility and footwork, but just a minute there to get that heart rate up a little bit, work on a little bit of coordination. After that, we have 4 to 6 reps per side of a scorpion back step. So all this is gonna be is, if you're familiar with yoga, it's similar to like a flip the dog, right? You're gonna go from down dog, you're gonna flip over, okay? So we'll start in that down dog position. I'm gonna lift one foot, reach across my body. From here, I'm gonna let myself lower with control into a bridge position. Arm up. Here, it should look familiar from our thoracic bridge. From there, I'm gonna reach back over and bring myself back to that down dog position. Go to that other side. Same idea. And then coming back. So smooth and controlled here, making sure that you own those positions, right? Try not to flop over. If you can't get the foot all the way down, just get into that scorpion position and hang there for a few moments, right? And then come back down if you can't step all the way down into that bridge. After that, 8 to 10 reps of a no lockout air squat. So I want to see you guys control the tempo on this a little bit. And all we're looking for is we're not going to get here and sit in the bottom and then get here and lock out at the top. We're just going to eliminate those 2 points of the movement. So as I lower, nice controlled tempo, and immediately coming up, just short of lockout, right back up, just short of lockout. So you get the idea that there's consistent tension on the working muscles here. I'm not going to extend the hip and the knees completely into a somewhat of a rest position at the top of each rep. So you should have constant working tension in the squat the whole time. As you progress through these, if you want to grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell to add a little bit of weight as you get warmed up, you certainly can. After that, last movement of our prep is going to be 4 to 6 reps of a push-up plus T rotation. So we're starting in that plank position, pushing up, press through the floor, rotate up into a T. Come back down, press, rotate up into a T. We're looking to alternate sides every rep. It's 4 to 6 reps total, okay? So you'll end up rotating 2 to 3 times per side. If you need to elevate your hands, as always, please do so. Our sweat piece, 5 to 7 sets. I'm gonna have 4 movements here, okay? The first one, you're gonna need a couch or chair or something along those lines to put your shoulders on. We're doing a hip thrust with a single leg eccentric. So I'm gonna pull this plyo box over a little bit so you can see. What we're looking for here is we're gonna get our shoulders onto that couch or chair, whatever we have available, okay? My hip thrust position is coming from here. My hips are down low, driving my heels into the ground. I'm gonna press up, squeeze my butt at the top, lift one leg, and slowly in control, lower. Place both feet back on the ground, up, squeeze my butt. Again, alternate to that other leg and lower, right? So we're switching legs every single rep. You can load this by setting a dumbbell or kettlebell or a sandbag if you have one over your lap. You can load that up, okay? Use some nice controlled tempo, especially lowering on that single leg. But we have 16 to 20 reps total, alternating sides every rep, right? So you'll lower 8 to 10 times on each leg. After that, 8 to 12 reps of a hinge position, bent elbow, reverse fly. So let's walk through what that should be. Hinge position, bending at the hips, bent elbow, okay? From here, so my elbows are bent. From here, I'm gonna reverse fly out so the elbow position stays, right? If I have some light dumbbells, I can use those. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out. At the top, I'm holding a 5-second hard isometric contraction, okay? Moving on from there, you have 8 to 12 reps, 5 seconds at the end of each one. If you have some dumbbells, you can certainly load it up, or some soup cans or something light. You don't need anything heavy. If not, just really emphasize the isometric contraction at the top. After that, we have 12 to 16 alternating curtsy squats. So when we perform these, it's also called a curtsy lunge sometimes. So we perform these, I'm gonna step back. If I'm performing on my left leg, my right leg's gonna step back and to the left of my left foot. So my knee is down just behind my left heel. My right knee is down just behind my left heel. Coming up, step back. Okay, so as I step back in that lunge, I'm actually crossing the forward leg with my down knee. So that down knee is just behind the heel of the opposite foot. Okay, we have 12 to 16 there. You can certainly grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell or a sandbag or whatever you might have. You can load this movement, right? Nice upright torso. Okay, nice and controlled. We're not slamming our knees down. Again, 12 to 16 reps there. We'll move on. Our last movement is 30 seconds of butt kickers. We're making sure that we're pulling our heel to our butt. We're not driving the knee up, right? We're not running in place. We're actually pulling our heel to our butt. I like to use the cue of if you stepped in some dog poop, you want to smear it off your foot, right? So it should look something like this. Trying to kick yourself in the butt, pulling with the hamstrings. 30 seconds there before we cycle back to our next set. Last element of today is always our breathe section. Please make sure you don't skip this. Take the 5 minutes, close your eyes, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Today's suggested position is a child's pose. Okay, you can certainly adjust that if you need to, or if another position serves you a little bit better. But take those 5 minutes, big, deep belly breath, eyes closed. If you can, extend it to 10 or 15 and incorporate some meditation and breath work at the end of this. It's a great way to kind of combine two real positive things for you. Okay, that child's pose position, in case you're not familiar, kneeling, knees are apart. I'm gonna reach and walk my hands out in front, lower my chest and head. And once I'm in that position, I'm gonna start my 5 minutes of breath work. Nice long inhale, hold that breath for a moment. Long exhale, hold that exhale, right? Trying to control the breath, bring the heart rate down a little bit. Take a few moments of silence for yourself. Please don't skip this stuff. Make sure you do it. Have fun, and we'll see you next time.